When we are seeing diversity under attack, for it to be celebrated at the Met Gala, the premier gala in fashion, it shows that we can be dandy and celebrate ourselves even when we're under attack. We will not be defeated. We will not go back. Look at all of the stars and all of us that have come out tonight. I think that Andre Talley would have been proud. Andre Leon Talley would have been proud to see us walk this carpet. In the midst of diversity being under attack, we're still here standing strong.
And you were at the Met Gala last night, right, Rev?
Rev, you're so
that
fancy.
Is, I've got to say, that's something I never quite understand, but I see a lot of funny-looking
so
dresses the next.
incredible.
Oh, look
Wow.
at that!
That's how you do it.
Come on, baby.
Al
That is
Sharpton.
nice. Tell us
My
about
God.
Well, it's fashion's
You look good.
biggest event, and
Yeah.
it's an iconic event. And every year, everyone is hoping they get invited.
Yeah.
And this is my second year. And Aisha McShaw, who you know.
How does one get invited?
it. Yeah, good
It's
question.
up to Anna Wintour and the Met. And they are very selective.
Guess they
and
do.
you have every A-lister you could think of was there. I mean, everyone was there last night, from
Yeah.
Diana Ross to Stevie Wonder performed, Usher,
Yeah.
and everybody in fashion. And Vice President Harris was there. And it was a statement, though, last night they made on the what we talk about, black male dandyism, in terms of how the dress was in the early 20th century, which was a way of rebelling through your fashion. You didn't
Yeah.
protest with a picket sign. You just, by the way you expressed yourself and said, I'm going to dress up and be noticed despite the fact I'm living in segregation. So that was a statement. And I thought what was important about it is to make a statement of diversity while we're debating diversity in
Yes.
the national political circles, President Trump and others. So I give Anna a lot of credit for having the
For that
courage
theme.
to
Yeah.
not cancel it if it was planned in advance,
Right.
or to advance this. But it was a great night, and
love it.
everyone got on their best.
And
Gosh,
you're
Joe.
looking very sharp. I know, Mika. I
You'll
mean,
never be invited.
I know that. I'm thinking the Celtics were 3 for 28 from threes. As far as my invites to the Met, I'm 0 for 62.
When they're saying they're going after criminals, it is not true. They feel no weight of the law. They feel no restraint on what they should be doing. And that was shown in broad daylight today when they not just arrested the mayor of Newark, but when they put their hands on 2 members of Congress who are standing behind me. How is this acceptable to anyone in this country? How is this acceptable? I fight along with these 2 incredible women every day for the people of New Jersey. We fight for the country that we should be.
I mean, Rev, a passionate display there from Congressman Menendez. This is a administration in defiance of a Supreme Court order to, quote, facilitate the return of one man that the Trump administration admitted was wrongfully deported. It is a Trump administration in defiance in terms of their commitment to due process of a 9-0 Supreme Court ruling that they must give everyone in this country due process.
And that is why we are on the verge, if not there, of a constitutional crisis. You've got the Supreme Court saying this is wrong. They still have not abided in any way about bringing him back from El Salvador, or even said how they intend to. And at the same time, they have ICE going around the country doing the same kinds of raids in the same kind of situations with no due process. And all we're saying, I mean, this is not radical left-wing stuff. All we're saying is that people should have due process so we will know who they are, what their status is or is not, which is why I brought up about the South Africans, because you're not asking for any status there at all. Just come ye that will, and we'll give you a refugee status. But these people, we're going to lock them up, and if we make a mistake, we'll figure it out. And that's why we have this man sitting in the jail in El Salvador that even they admitted had no reason to be there.
There's so many more headlines to get through and so many things you're working on I want to ask you about. I have to sneak in a break, but there is another development this afternoon in the case of the Tufts University student who was picked up in broad daylight by ICE earlier.